think you guys can arrange that already.
Like
I think I can go. She can come.
100 times I told her, yo, let's
Like,
go.
you know what?
She's like, come over, you know, we'll do some quick, I don't know what you call it, ass kicking. I don't know what it's called. But
It's called
anyway.
yoga. It's called yoga.
Oh, okay, yoga. Okay, my bad. Okay.
Stretching. That's what it's called.
That's internal
I
ass
forgot.
kicking.
It's
It's
just-
internal ass kicking for sure.
Ass kicking with the soul.
Exactly.
She's like, come, only you 3 guys. Let me give you a private session, you
No.
know, for you to understand.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know when we're all together, it's stupid shit all day
True.
long.
There is no
True,
sense
true,
of
true.
understanding.
At all.
Okay.
Like, at all.
Not even a little bit, honestly.
Not even one bit. Anyway, hey, welcome to Pastor Kabsa. It's your boy Hayat. What's happening? What's popping? Episode something. 149, I think.
Yep.
Oh wow.
I know this looks different for all y'all. It looks very, very weird. I know. Actually, I don't apologize. I don't really care. This is Pastor Kabsa with Biennale. Shout out to Biennale. Shout out to Dahlia. Shout out to everybody
Amen.
that's
The Biennale
involved.
team.
Man.
Today we're doing a private event with the life of Osamah. I'm about Hayat Osamah. I told you I'm gonna screw up your name all day.
I think I'll do that officially now.
That-
I need to change my
See,
name.
Yeah.
it's
Like
called
this is more
branding.
respectable.
Yeah.
The life of Osama. I mean, you
See,
know.
thank you so much.
My name is a
But I'm not
documentary
Osama.
title. Yeah.
My lawyers will be
Exactly.
in touch, and payments will be upfront, 100%.
Yeah, listen.
How are
I
you?
think we can arrange that. We started?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, you think I'm
Yeah,
gonna go? Okay,
yes.
okay, fine, fine.
Listen, I'm
We got
just
Shamsi,
Hey,
we
hey.
got Turks,
Yo.
and we got a special guest,
hello.
our non-good friend,
Miss Hayat.
Hayat Osamah.
Hi, Osama.
What's happening? What's popping? How are you?
Thank you for having for Biennale, of course. I mean, thank you for
Amen.
having.
Biennale first, us last. We don't matter.
I mean, you come last, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's where
That's
the
the
motivation
spirit.
comes to us. When you come last, you're like, I could do it maybe.
I could do
Yeah,
better.
maybe.
No, that's maybe.
And
No, I can never
no
do better.
expectations, which is lovely.
Hey man, that's how you go in life.
Takes
Those
you
expectations
places,
gives
yeah.
you values.
Lovely.
Is that where you started, Hayat? Did you start
Exactly.
life with no expectations?
No expectations. I'm telling you. I was just talking about it. No
Okay.
expectations. I mean, I think that's where you actually go places because you're not expecting anything. You're always doing it. You're just focusing. You have like a tunnel vision on what you're doing, and it takes you somewhere if you're not expecting anything from anyone.
So you're not setting yourself up for failure by doing that.
But you have to understand that there is always going to be failure. You have
Facts.
to understand that it's a part of the journey. You have to acknowledge that for sure. Not
Accept
just like
it,
being
basically.
blind or like I'm not expecting anything, even failure. Doesn't make sense.
Does failure surprise you?
I mean, it does to an extent because I'm a human, so it's always gonna surprise me. But it's just then how you kind of deal with it and what you take from it. Is this like a learning curve, or is it like I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm better than this, and the ego's gonna get in the way, and I'm like, no, you know what, it's about them. They don't like my work, so you know what, I don't give a shit. So I think you're
you
gonna
shouldn't.
keep that.
No. We're keeping that one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
gonna be the highlight of the podcast.
You guys
anyway.
are gonna ruin my reputation.
The people need to know.
You already came here.
Damn.
I mean, so it's like
Okay.
automatic.
Yeah, me agreeing to this is like me, signing something like, okay, reputation, bye bye.
That's it. It's gone.
No, it's just it's about more giving people like a true look at who you
For
are.
sure.
You know.
Oh,
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know about that.
So when you started, how'd you start?
Man, I didn't have an idea of what the hell am I gonna do, but I started just documenting my outfits, like really silly stuff, But then I was just holding the camera, like my phone has a camera. I used to take pictures, but then my mom, she got me like a small point and shoot.
Shout out to mom.
Amen.
Shout out to
Well done,
mom for
Mom.
sure, but I don't think she really loves me. She's like, you know what, whatever.
You
I'll
can't
get
say
you this
that.
camera.
Shamsi doesn't know that feeling.
I don't know what
You
you're
can't
gonna
say
do
that.
with
No,
that.
but she
He doesn't
didn't
know
really
what
know
love
what she
is.
was doing. She didn't know she was unleashing.
No, she
Okay.
did not know that in the beginning. But I think a part of it was like, I'm gonna get you this. But then you're responsible for what's next. You can't just keep asking me for cameras. And I didn't ask her, but she knew I wanted the camera. Once I got that point and shoot, I was just taking pictures non-stop in everyone's faces. And it's where I understood. I was taking my outfits as well and stuff. I was obsessed. I mean, it has something with fashion. So to give you a backstory, and not just my outfits. Like, okay, why is she taking pictures of her outfits? But
It's about showcasing a style.
yeah, but just for me, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Where'd you learn?
What did I learn?
Where?
YouTube. It's the free
all.
university.
I was just trying to get here from the beginning.
It's the free university. You learn everything there.
So you had no formal like mentorship or anything like that.
No, come on.
Like
all.
somebody like who was a proper photographer.
No.
Okay.
Shamsi does not understand
I
the
was
value of YouTube,
I
by
was
the way.
really disconnected from the outside world, if that makes sense.
Was it during the
The
COVID?
creative outside industry, I have no connection. I don't know what's happening around me. Because, I grew up in a place where there's not a lot of resources. So my only window was YouTube to kind of learn and see what's out there. So it was my window also to the society that's around me. But because I didn't have access to go to that society, and I was always in a place where it's really, creativity is not a thing it was all about survival, if I'm making sense. So creativity is the last thing, it's like just you entertaining yourself, but it's all about survival and okay, how we can make the other day and how we can, I don't want this to be very personal, but I think you have an idea of what I'm saying.
No, it is getting personal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're getting there. We're
You're
going
like,
there.
okay, I signed up to a therapy session, guys.
Yes.
So this is
the
my
worst
thing.
one too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
No, we are unpacking
I'm
the
gonna
layers
regret
of
like this
Hayat.
therapy session of 3 of you guys, but yeah.
No, but that's a good start. Like you got a camera.
Us three combined is just half a person, to be honest. So you're still winning.
Have a person with half brain cells.
Yes.
I guess.
No, that's too much.
Okay.
You're being modest.
But yeah.
But
listen,
about
I can be
YouTube,
emotional.
actually,
Huh?
because that's something that YouTube is very resourceful.
Of course.
If you really,
know how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tool.
Yeah.
If you know how to use it, you can learn anything.
Yeah, just like any
understand
tools.
anything.
Yeah.
And the more you deep dive into it, the more you know. So let me guess. You got a camera that you're like, yo, what does this camera do?
Exactly. And the point and shoot is very simple. So you just click, it's a point and shoot. So there is no really not a lot of playing around, but I was having a sense of how can I take a picture? And I understood it's all about documenting for me, whatever that is. It's a person, it's an outfit, it's an environment, whatever. But, and then I went on, I collected my money, and then I bought like a semi-professional picture. And then I opened them like, holy shit, there's a lot of settings here. How can I manage this? Because all the pictures was awful. Like I was gonna stop. Like what the hell? This is reality. This is like a life check.
Like, this is me
You
wasting
know
my
what?
time
I
right
think
now.
this is not for you. Just throw it away or like sell it for like half the price or even less. But then I went on YouTube again, and then I learned all the settings and the basics of anything that you want to learn. Just learn the core of it. But then I really didn't stick to the rules of it, and that kind of was my style, not sticking to rules. Like if I want harsh light, I want harsh light. A photographer would be like, what? This is not how you use lights. You should have it from here, a softbox from here, and the third, whatever rules that is for.
See, you saying whatever the third rule is tells us you don't really care about the
Exactly.
rules.
I really
Exactly.
don't care. I'm telling you, I really don't care, because I don't think it's good to understand it. It's important to understand it and then understand the basics of it, and then just flow. Be creative. Do whatever you want. You want harsh light, do harsh light. You want like all pitch black picture. You can just write a caption of a story. Why did you take this pitch black picture? And then there you go. You have a concept. You have a picture.
Don't you think the limitations that you had is what helped you dig deeper and look outside the box? Because you didn't have all the tools.
Of course, listen, I didn't have the tools. I didn't have the opportunities to travel, study, all of these things. I finished high school. I'm like, okay, now what? YouTube, and I'm just not gonna waste my time studying something that I don't. And I'm not telling anyone to just follow because
No, that's what you're saying. It's okay. It's all right.
because my
You're a bad influence. It's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
it's too late now.
Encourage
Yeah,
dropouts.
It's way
I'm
too late.
promoting this. Do
Exactly.
not go
That's
to
it.
school.
Do not go to school, kids.
Yeah, guys, listen.
Be like her
It's
in
the
Shaolin.
title. It's,
Go to China.
listen. If there is 2 of us, then yes, don't go to school.
Exactly.
I
There's
think
2 of them.
Yeah. There is. I think
I
there's
don't know
a lot
why.
of us.
One is too much.
No, but what you're saying,
that's him, not me.
what you're saying is something positive. What you're saying is if you have a passion and if it's something that you really want to do and learn, like just go ahead and do it. Don't let anything stop you.
For sure. But also you have to understand that you have to understand that because we always, when we see someone that's really successful and we see the story and we're like, oh, wow, I'm going to do this. But you have to be aware that this person has a different background and has a different challenges and have different story than you. So you really have to understand yours and do like, okay, that's good to see. It's really inspiring. But then you have to dig deeper and see your surroundings and then work with it.
And you have to accept the challenges also.
Exactly. Accept the challenges. Whatever challenges that you're going to face, it's yours. This is your challenge. You have to kind of go with it. But if
What's
you look,
the hardest challenge that you still feel like, I passed it or maybe I didn't pass it and you're still unsure?
I think it's being stuck in one place because, learning on YouTube, there is a limit to it. Because you don't see the person in front of you or like practicing something with your hands and all of these things. So I felt stuck for a while. I'm like, okay, I'm here, but I don't have access to so many things yet until now, but how can I work with it? But then I got into a residency and and that's like very like like maybe a month ago or something.
Oh, just
congrats.
recent.
Yeah.
Quite recent.
And like, well, I
Respect.
did all the things.
Respect.
Yeah.
You better clap. I swear to God, you couldn't clap. Stop.
Thank
Okay, all right,
you.
stop. All right.
Thank you.
So
thank
genuine, you
Too
guys.
long,
Oh,
too
wow.
long, too long,
I
guys,
mean,
too long.
you're that guy in the theaters that says
Yes, I'm the applause button.
exactly.
Exactly.
And I said,
Our lead. This
You're
is
the
why
last
we're
one.
wow, wow, you are that guy, totally.
But congrats, seriously.
Thank you so
We're
much.
going.
Yeah. No,
No
no,
one
I
cares.
did it and I'm
No one
done.
cares.
No.
You're done with the residency. What can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was in Al-Ula.
Okay.
I kind of,
Oh, gorgeous place.
I'm telling you, for a month there, I wanted to stay even a year,
Ooh, oh
but it's
my
too hot now.
God.
So yeah, but I did it, and there is like 6 mentors. That's from like all over the like internationals and stuff.
Who was head of the program? What was it from?
Cortona on the Move with RCU. So Cortona on the Move is like a Italian photo festival
Nice.
that happens every year, and this year they did it in Al-Ula, and that was their first time to go international for them as well, because
wow.
they always do it in Italy in Cortona,
Oh, wow. And they chose Al-Ula.
and they chose
Shout
it.
out to RCU.
I'm telling you,
And you were-
that's-
and you were a
they're
part
doing
of
the
it.
work, huh?
And you were a part of it.
Yeah, so
that's
I was
amazing,
invited as an
honestly.
artist with the other 5 more. So we're all of us 6, 3 Saudis, 3 internationals, and we're like going together. We have a hub, which is the Cortona hub, in next to Old Town, which is Jdeida, the new place. If you visited, I don't know.
We did.
But-
We were there. Very
Yeah,
nice.
I mean,
was
it's amazing, no?
gorgeous,
I mean,
gorgeous.
and it's very accessible to everyone. It's beautiful. I mean, the exhibitions and everything that were happening. It was by Cortona on the Move, the exhibitions that you guys saw. And then I did the residency, and I was exposed to all the mentors and all the informations. I went there for the intention of learning. That's it. Even if I don't do something that I'm not fully satisfied with, I just went for the educational journey. Like that 1 month, I'm like, because even when they do the portfolio talks and like just portfolios, or their portfolios, and it's educational, like it's like 2 hours, and you have to look at that shit for like 2 hours and like really take
And
it
focus
in
and study it,
focus.
basically.
So I was there and like, okay, I'm taking this all in. So I was like, I had open mind, ears, eyes, and heart.
You came in with the right attitude. To soak it
Exactly.
all
You
in.
have that hustle mentality. And once you have that, and you see, when you work on something on your own and you actually make it on your own, you always want to learn more, because you know there's
course.
so much growth
much
there is.
more, yeah.
And you're still hungry. I can still feel that hunger in you. Like, yo, I did this. Yeah, it was amazing. And there's still, I feel like there's still a
Of
gap.
course, there is always that. I think everyone, if this is a part of your mentality and mindset, and this is how you think and see everything, that there is always something to learn, because this is the fine line between you and ego. You know, if you're like really comfortable with yourself right now, and then you start feeling the ego, like, oh, okay, I'm good, I'm perfect now, I don't need to learn. No one can tell me anything. And if anyone tells you something new, you'll be like, oh, come on, I know better than you. So I think this is
Oh,
it.
sounds a lot like someone that we know.
Okay,
doing it wrong.
see, there you
Doing it
go.
wrong.
Like, yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
I'm not saying Shamsi.
It is a fine line. It is
I'm
a
not
fine
saying
line.
It is a
Shamsi.
fine
You
line.
just need to know where it begins and when it starts.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
listen, I agree completely with the idea that you never can stop learning. Like,
Yeah.
you will always be in a place where you
There's
can
always
grow
something
more.
new.
Then why'd you stop?
Exactly. The conversation's not about me.
Yo, I wish you
There's a
saw
little
his
thing called
face.
ego,
He was
I'm not
like
sure about.
really building that sentence for you. Like, why did you stop?
This is a question that happens a lot.
He was really like
Well, it's not
coming
out
at
of
you.
hate. It's always out of love. I do the same thing to my boys.
Of
I
course.
work most of my day. All my boys,
Yeah.
everyone here is family, so everybody knows everyone around here. And they know me. I work nonstop. And I feel like there's not enough hours in the day for me to do the things I want to do.
Oh wow.
We were asked a question once on the podcast. Every Thursdays, we usually have the audience come and send us questions. And the question is, would you like to have too much time or too much money?
Too much time or too much money?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, would you like to have more time
Or more money.
or more
Time
money?
Or more money.
And I was having discussion with the boys. I was like, I want more money. I don't want more time. And they're like, why? I was like, time is going to end,
For sure.
whether I like it or not. But I want the tools for me to
Okay.
reach the things that I want to reach super fast, because my time is coming whether I like it or not.
But who asked this question? Because it doesn't make sense.
Actually, it does make sense.
No, but how
It's
can
about
you
you
choose
person-
It's about
time
your
over money?
perspective,
Your
your
perspective.
priorities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you choose more time, you'll deal with more shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose more money,
you.
That's one
you'll
way
fix
of
your
looking at
shit.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
But
you.
you
know?
won't have enough time to fix all the shit that you want to fix.
Then okay, like I mean, this is it.
See, it's a
I don't want to
very
live
tough
more
balance.
to like deal with more shit, honestly. So
I want to finish up now.
Okay.
Like, there's enough.
That's
I wanna live my life
Life
now.
is gonna
Real
give you
quick.
that.
as long as it is, and that's it. I don't want more time, honestly. I don't think it's a good thing to have more time. You're gonna be old. You're gonna be suffering. I think no.
you.
I think
you.
more money is the
Ladies and
answer.
gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my new best friend, Hayat Osamah. I got her name properly now. We align.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
We should,
are.
meet
That's
up
why
more
we're
often.
here.
Exactly.
I think our energy is aligned now.
Exactly. It's too much. We can't be next to each other.
Exactly.
Too much.
Yeah, if we said it's
Chance
gonna
will
be a
die.
problem.
With the
Yeah,
signal.
At some point.
yeah. Like that's two of you is not.
No, but the idea of having more time is you have more time to spend it with people that you love. We have more time to
You have
explore
time
your
now.
interests.
You have time now.
More time to live, basically.
Why do you need more time to acknowledge that? You have time now and just do it.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Some people want more time to live, but they already have the time and they're not living.
Exactly.
They're pushing
True.
that
So
time
they're,
for later
they're
on.
gonna always say, "I want more time," even if it's like 10 years later. But when you have more money, though, I mean,
You can
you're
solve
gonna
all
live.
the problems.
I know the cameras are not on the audience, but I want to ask a round of actually no, don't applause. I want to raise your hands. More time. Who wants more time?
Okay.
Dalia, don't say anything. Okay. 1, 2.
Dalia needs it the
4,
most.
5, 6, 7. Who wants 8? Who wants more money?
Yeah, the rest.
Okay.
Telling him, man.
else. Yeah.
8 out of 30.
But I think we have a. Why do we look at money as it's a monster? I think it's the uses of it.
It's a tool.
It's an individual thing. You have to say like you're a monster, not the money.
I
Because the
think
money
It's a
one
tool.
of,
Yeah, yeah,
one of
tool,
the
yeah.
reasons is the way sometimes money makes people act.
Of course, but
Yes.
that's the people.
Exactly.
Yes,
It's their
a people
problem.
problem.
It's not the money
It's a
problem.
people
Yeah.
It's not
True.
the money problem. The money is there and is existing. It's papers.
Doesn't talk.
Doesn't talk. Doesn't say anything. It talks sometimes though.
No. It talks if
When
you're
you're
throwing
broke,
it somewhere. Yeah,
like listen,
It
your
talks when you
bank
throw it in
account
someone's face.
send you
Are
messages.
we out of
You
bad?
are broke. You can't purchase this item. You have no money, and sometimes this month, I think last month, I was resisting to look at my bank account so much. And then in my head, I was like, why are you resisting? Do you want to go to a shop and then you kicked out just because you didn't check if you have more money or enough money to buy this? And then it happened to me.
It's perfectly fine to
It
make your
happened to
millions
me.
every now and
And
then.
you're like, shit,
Perfectly
now I
fine.
need to check.
No, it happened to me. I went there, I wanted to buy something. It's like, it's declined, ma'am. And I looked, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go and check. I said, Bismillah, دخلت. I'm like,
Yes.
Okay, now I need to
I
get
think
more
this is
work
enough
done.
for Uber home, I think this is enough to Uber
Uber to
home.
me.
Yeah. No,
That's the
no,
vibe.
no. Just go home. Deal with this emotion and embarrassment, because I was driving, my full, mentality there to be rejected and declined. Like, no, you don't have enough money. Go home. So, yeah.
That's a great feeling, though.
What's
It
your
pushes you. It's fuel.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, of course it does.
No, look, when you know that you need something, it's always amazing when you work hard
And you
get
don't need
that.
it sometimes.
Okay,
Trust me, most
okay.
of
If you
the
don't
time
need it, then
need
yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
it's just a petty drive. At the
Yeah,
end
I
of the
mean,
day.
I just wanted to buy, I don't know, like a hat or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Turks
Hats
has a
are
lot of hats.
important.
He can-
I'm
he
just
can
going to
give you
say,
hats.
hats are
Let's
very
go back to
Yeah.
the point of how much was that hat.
what-
I think that's very important when I have to ask.
No. Why? Do you think I'm
Because
rich?
I think you can afford a hat.
No, do you think I'm rich? Listen,
I'm sure.
No. I
You can
think
afford
if
a hat
one
with a
thing,
fancy hat.
no.
Okay, what's
There
the
is
fancy
a
hat?
perspective here.
Okay.
What are you seeing? Do you think I'm rich?
Do I think you're rich?
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter how you look like.
I think
Lovely.
a lot
But
of
now
people,
you
it
assume
doesn't
that
show, it
it's
does,
how-
I think
how-
that's the
how
wrong
much
way
it
of
is.
measuring.
But you said
You said a hat. A hat can go from 10 to 1,000.
But I
or
just
20,000.
told you my card got declined. So
Yes. So
definitely
was it
it's
a 10 or was it 1,000?
We still don't know. We still don't know.
and I'm still trying to
Because we
make
want to know if we should laugh or donate. So we're just trying to
That's
figure it
the
out.
thing. That's the thing. That's the conversation. It's either one of the two, and I'm like, there is a fine line. So I'm in that fine line, just like serving in both of them. So now
we
no
take a
one
wild
knows.
guess.
No one
Do you
knows
have
if it's
ihsan?
this or that.
So
Just be real.
wait, is that what you have
Wait,
to do
what?
as an artist though? I
do you
have
mean?
to be on that line of like need.
It's
and
an artist.
It's an artist
thing.
thing. Yeah.
It's a human thing, but it's an
Yeah.
artist even more because it's a risk always.
Can I ask you a question? You're free to answer this or ignore it. Do you
You
feel
have
like
to ask.
sometimes you need to separate yourself from other creatives?
To what? Separate?
Separate yourself from other creatives.
Separate as like socially or like?
As in anything you want it to be, business or socially.
I never thought about that honestly, but either ways, I'm separating myself. But I didn't really think about it that way because I think it's about me as a person, and if I'm social or not, if I like to go, like to just spend my time home and have a few friends, and that's it. You know, like I can count them, you know, like 4 to 5 friends, and that's it. I spend all of my time with them, and I see creatives in big events, like, you know, because to me, it's not about, well, it's good to be around creatives for sure, but then it gets ugly.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I don't want any of that, any drama. So I'm like just sticking to my friends, and that's it. But yeah, I see them and say hi, and we exchange informations. But I think most of the times it stops there. It's not intentionally, but it does.
There's a difference between creatives and creative influencers.
Yeah.
And you want to go for the creatives basically, but the creative influencers, those are the people that you're trying to,
Avoid?
yeah.
The trendsetters.
Not necessarily avoid, but not
They're
Not avoid. Yeah, avoid
Yeah.
is a big word.
not
Yeah,
avoid,
yeah,
but
no,
not
Feel free to use it as you like.
I'm avoiding. I don't know about
You
you.
are
Yeah, we automatically
You
avoid.
are.
we avoid.
كذا في قرون في راسك.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Man, it suits you so well though.
وقال لك الشيطان في رمضان.
I mean, that's a question, you know, like when Ramadan's like, oh, okay,
No, because
interesting.
sometimes, it's not sometimes, actually a lot of times, I cannot sit around certain people that are creative because their thought of what creativity is creeps into what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling. And sometimes their energy basically takes over my ideas, and then I start trying to look at it in their own eyes.
so it clouds your vision in a sense.
Yeah,
In a sense.
but I think it depends on. Well, I don't mean anything by saying that, but it depends if you're in peace with what you're doing. So any opinion, anything else, it's just you hear it as this is a perspective, you acknowledge it, and you leave it there. You know, you see it, it's there, but then you actually, like, you have your own thoughts and you're really comfortable with it. Then honestly, I think for me, this is for me. Like, I sit with a lot of people and I hear them out and they hear me out, and that's it. It's just perspectives and opinions, nothing personal. So yeah.
It doesn't affect you.
No.
You have this ability to be able to
no,
just
because
keep
I
it
always
on the
acknowledge,
side always.
because I always acknowledge that whatever, if even we're like doing the same thing, it's always different. This person is doing completely different thing from what I'm doing. You know, even if we're two film photographers doing the same thing in the same project, we're gonna look at things differently. And I think that's a good way to see it, kind of.
Well, I think you're being very nice, but in reality, it's confidence. I think you're very confident in yourself, and you're confident in your work. And you don't
I'm
see
not
it as an
sometimes,
issue.
trust me.
Well, okay, not every day, but you are confident that you are capable of doing
I'll take that, honestly.
I'll give you an
It's there,
example.
yeah.
How do you make a film?
How what do you mean?
Well, I don't know. There's a film that's going to come out or came out already. I have no idea. Dalia,
Oh
point your finger at me.
yeah. Is it the one that I did?
No, واحد من الجيران.
I'm telling you now.
Some
I'm
guy just
trying
did
to
that.
process. I'm
You.
trying
How
to
did you know
process.
You're here,
your
right?
question.
You know this is about you.
No, not now.
Oh,
Like
okay,
I
okay.
dissociated for a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But
My bad.
yeah.
Plug back in,
No.
please.
Let's rewind for a second. Let's rewind.
Creating an incredible film without learning to film.
Dalia, no one can hear
Yeah.
you, Dalia.
I think Dalia needs to get up here now and just.
Dalia already came on the podcast. And
I'm
she gave
telling
us,
you,
so many
Thank you for
kumbaya
the
vibes.
down low. Like, okay, now back to you, Hayat.
So,
Okay,
No,
stop
but
dodging
yeah.
that film.
No, yeah.
how
I
did
think
you
I
jump
was.
from there?
No,
From
basically,
photography to film.
I didn't jump. It was always in parallel since I was learning photography. I was learning filming as well, but
At the same time?
at the same time, but film requires much more tools for me and much more money, which it was an issue.
Expensive.
So it's really expensive, but of course that's not an excuse. I can still film with my iPhone if I
Yeah.
want, which is this is something I did like recently, you know. Like,
Good.
but it was always like learning both of them, and then I got more chances with photography, but then film was like a bit difficult, and I was kind of tapping into it slowly by doing like small videos for magazines. You know, whenever I get the chance, I direct the video. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this editorial, which is like pictures. How about I direct the video as well, so it can all be one vision and not very different. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
So you basically pushed yourself into
I
the video
did.
segment of
course, you
whatever
always have
photography.
to, kind of in a subtle
hustle,
way.
bro.
Yeah, that's
It's the hustle
I respect-
mentality.
I respect
Yeah,
Yo,
that.
is there a gap? Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't like with like an attitude like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that shit. But no, it was
it's
like
you want it.
It's the
whenever you see
curiosity.
an opportunity, you just have to like, okay, navigate
Yeah.
through it. But then I got a chance to direct a film for Neom and Wired magazine, and that was like the biggest thing. And
Amazing.
then I'm like, what? Neom and Wired
And those
magazine?
are two huge names.
That's huge. That it scared me to the core, to do that project. And then the director was a guy. His name is Joao from he's Portuguese, lives in Denmark. I don't know why. Should I say his address? Maybe you want to visit him, you know?
Feel free.
I feel like
We
he's
can
not
send
gonna
him
watch.
some
Is like,
Where do we send him
okay.
gifts?
Do you want to like
Exactly.
send them like my
Birthday
address?
card or
and-
something.
All right, so pet's name. Let me just write it down real quick. Social. Do they have social security in Denmark? You know,
I'm
let's call
done.
Denmark. Call Denmark.
Oh my god.
What's Denmark's number?
Oh
So,
my
Mr.
God, I'm
Director,
telling you. And I went there. I'm like, they gave me a brief, the agency, and the brief was really shit. But
Okay.
however, I took that brief. I'm like, listen, let's do
As
something.
usual?
No, as usual. But that's like the agency because they're always the people that they think they know better.
Exactly. Cause all agencies are trash.
This is a podcast about
not an agency,
being
my guy.
us
I'm
being
just saying.
against agencies.
I'm just saying.
But no, it's. I mean,
I
there
like
is
to
good
apologize
ones.
to all friends and agencies.
the second
I just
video.
remembered that some of you still exist and some of you are here.
They're literally
No,
sitting
it
in front of
depends
you.
on
That was
what
supposed to be an
agency.
internal thought.
Listen. I mean, this is a very risky.
No, but it does happen a lot.
Of
Every
course
time
it
an
happens a lot.
agency comes,
Especially in fashion.
That's
Listen,
what
I'm
happens.
going to talk about my area.
Go ahead.
Fashion, photography, and film. The agencies that's handling this, it's awful. I'm telling you. But however, if the client and the talent like just have had like a one-to-one conversation, or it always works.
An alignment, basically.
It always works. But this middleman who is the agency ruins everything. Because they're too scared from this side and they're like, oh, okay, so they limit you as
play it
much as
safe.
they can. They play it safe. And safe sometimes is not good. Because what is safe, What's the concept of safe video, for example?
Comfort zone.
It's just like, yeah, but like,
It's Virgin Megastore doing a freestyle every time you call them. That's what an agency does.
So safe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
listen,
consider
you
that safe.
started
That's edgy.
naming.
That's
I think,
Edgy.
But edgy.
guys,
was
if
edgy.
anything, let's be even the naming. You just drop naming. This is like a
Yeah.
Kanye interview right now.
This is not
We
a
keep
Kanye-
dropping
No,
names.
this is not a
and
kind of
stuff.
interview. No, hey,
That's not
no
okay,
one said
guys.
Lil Easy. Nobody said it. What are you talking about? Nobody said
Nobody
it.
said it.
No one said Lil Easy did the Virgin Megastore thing back in 2017
This is
with Leo
crazy.
Burnett. Nobody said it.
In Jeddah.
In Jeddah at 4:32 p.m.
Bro, that's,
Did it happen?
Talking
that's
about?
too many information.
Yeah.
I
I don't
don't
know what
think
you're
I need
talking
to know.
about. I have no
don't
idea.
think they need to know. But yeah, okay.
But I do
Forgot
agree
the
with you.
address, buddy, honey.
Listen, what was the like?
Oh, who
okay, the
cares?
film. Yeah, the
Wired.
film.
You were at Wired, so we got to meet the director.
Okay.
You got the
what
chance
is
to
the
do the
definition of
film.
safe,
The brief was
basically?
the brief was crap. You got a crap.
It is crap, and then I'm like, look, listen, let's do something human because they did like the drone thing where it flies and it goes from the water. الواحد يسوي عرضة. You know these kind of things.
Is it
I'm like,
dolphins
yeah,
doing album?
dolphin, like whatever, like like the visuals were فجأة في الطيارة and then it's just like in the water.
So incredibly
Oh,
cinematic
okay.
and dramatic.
Like
and
that's
Is that like a
that's
GoPro
even bad for
commercial?
ADHD people. Like one of them, like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, what's happening here?
Michael Bay's
What are we
comedy.
doing? What kind of video is this? But anyways, I mean, it was a style, a trend, and they did. I'm like, okay, enough with that. Let's do something human, more calm, because the place we're filming in it has humans in it, and let's like kind of ground ourselves and kind of really understand the surroundings and do a video because it's tricky to do anything. You have to kind of not use the place as a prop
Yeah.
or the people as a prop.
So touch on the realness, the
Exactly.
authenticity of whatever it is you're trying to do, basically.
That was the approach, and I did the brief and I sent it and had a call with the DOP. So he's the guy who's gonna carry the. I'm explaining for people who doesn't understand the. So DOP is
Yeah,
someone.
that's called us.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
I
us.
thought I thought you guys understood.
You
Oh,
thought.
we don't know shit.
You thought.
I shouldn't assume then.
You thought. You thought.
Okay,
Hey, look, we know things, but we don't tell people. So
Okay.
for the sake of this
Because,
podcast,
man,
we
you
know
look
nothing.
like you know everything. That's lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I am the one. Anyway.
But yeah, and then we had a call. I'm like, listen, man, this is the first time I'm gonna direct an official film.
Heads up.
I was really honest with him because I wanted to learn from him as well, and I want him to acknowledge the fact that okay, I don't want to like come up with like, oh yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. In fact, where
This is the
I really
humble
don't
you
know what I'm
coming
doing.
out.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to be really honest with yourself so you can learn. Otherwise,
true.
if you keep that under the rug, it's always gonna be superficial. And then for me, we had that conversation and we met in Neom and we really had fun. We sat and was like, I really like that you changed the brief, because as a DOP, it's not my place to change. It's always a director's area and to change. So thank you. I really like this now. And we shot on film and we did an amazing job. And then after that, I'm like, oh, okay. I think I can do this. Okay,
All right.
I
That
see.
Seems like
confidence.
there's something
There we
here that
go.
can be
There we
done.
go. This could
Even
be
though
done.
I got questioned a lot in that project, to the core, and even I had a conversation with someone like, listen, I'm most critical of myself. Everything that you're gonna say, I said it to myself a million times. So this is my journey. Let me learn. You have yours. Go ahead and learn. I don't have to be like you. You don't have to be like me. Let's just move on. And then after that, it opened a window for directing. And then they RCU they opened the film department, and then they talked to me. It was like, okay, let's do something. This is the first project we're gonna do, so no expectations, but do whatever you want.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that's what I wanted to hear. That was like
Do
an
whatever
echo.
you want. You got
تعرف
your
لما تسمع
blank
شيء يصير
canvas.
echo ما تسمع شيء ثاني.
Yes.
Do whatever you want. It was like all over. I was like,
Because as a
whoa.
creative, you always want creative freedom.
Exactly.
You want to be able to
And also to trust you.
flex that
exactly.
muscle.
And to trust you. You
No,
want
and it's
trust
amazing
from the
that they
client.
reached out to you as well. Like,
It's I
The problem with trust from a client, I also understand from a client's point of view why sometimes it's hard
Of course.
to trust.
No,
Because
trust me,
sometimes
100%.
people they will just take
It's
it
just-
somewhere
yeah, it's
that you
about-
never want to go.
It's a risk.
And but also I think they know who to go to. Like, okay, we're going to this person.
and this person
we know-
seems like she
The
knows
safe
exactly
bet.
what she's
What
doing.
it-
Oh, this person does this thing.
Yeah.
He did it 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Let's go back
Let's
and
go.
ask for the same thing that he knows how to do.
Yeah.
But do you think this is a problem that we have here culturally?
No. It's no. Well, this one I had the creative freedom with no brief. In The Wired, I had a brief. So there is a kind of understanding of what they want. هنا ما في project.
This was just do whatever you want.
Just like whatever
We
project.
will give you.
want,
We will
just
give you a
create.
camera. Go ahead and use
They
it.
gave me a white, huge canvas, honestly. And I was lost in that huge white canvas, just looking at like, okay, what the hell am I going to do now? Because you get used to briefs and so much
Directions.
that when you receive a project with no brief, you lose, because I felt like I lost my creative freedom in a way. So when I had that project, I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, so what is it? How can I do this? And it took me, I think, 3 months to just come up with something.
The concept, the idea.
Just come up with like the seed of it. And then because the whole project, to do it and to film it and the pre and the production and the post-production, it was like 7-8 months. Because after I wrote the story, it's a bit of personal story. It's a story that you can relate to. Anyone can relate to. It's timeless.
Authentic.
It's authentic, but it's very conceptual. And it was like kind of I don't know. And then I went on and I did the costumes for there was a costume, because I'm not now gonna say the story. It's like long, man. It's just,
No,
we're
wait,
gonna
we
just
got-
die.
What are you talking about?
We're chilling.
What are you talking
Yeah, but,
about?
man, people
They're
need
all
to go
chilling. They're
home.
all
talking about?
Yeah, there is suhoor after this.
Look, let them go.
It's their problem. Now,
Why do you care?
No, I sometimes I do.
But go back to this point for a second. See, I think one of the biggest problems that we have here is that if someone excels at doing one thing and he does it so good, he stops, and that's the only thing he does. And the market will only go to him for that one specific thing.
Yeah.
And no matter how much he tries to evolve, the market doesn't allow it, because we came to you for that one thing. How do you manage not falling into that trap? Because you love originality, you love rawness, you love things to be as it is. How do you, when they come up to you and say, yo, you know the thing that you did in 2016?
Yeah.
Can you do that again?
I'm sorry, في ناموس تبي تقرص.
No, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
it's
Don't
okay.
worry. It's flying
Man,
away.
like what the hell is wrong with them?
What do you think? What
Anyways,
do you ask?
yeah, but يبخاخ عليه. Anyways, but yeah, I think it depends on you as an artist. If you want to stick to one thing, assassin to begin with, maybe there is people that they feel comfortable in doing one thing, but they really master it, and I think that's okay if that's what they want. But for me, Anna personally, no, I don't like to do only one thing, because I like to do so many things. Whatever that I see there is a small potential, I dive into it. And I think if I can diversify my content and what I'm doing, then they will understand that I can do so many things. But however, I think I feel like I'm stuck in the fashion box still. and that what I'm trying to kind of break, but that's still in process. So
Well,
I
that's
can't
the
give you
problem.
a full
So
answer.
even now, when you try to break, right, the issue still remains the same. They come to you. See, when you're multi-talented, they're like, okay, this person could do 6 things, but who can do that one thing the best?
Exactly. That's
the problem.
If someone can master one thing, and that's amazing. For me, I cannot just stick to one thing. It's about it's an individual thing at the end of the day.
Because you fall into this box of creatives that there's not one thing about you. When I come to you and I ask you for whatever, I have to come with the expectation that, I came for something this small, but she might make it this big.
Yeah.
Because she excels in so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's very hard to, as a client, that comes with a specific thing in their head, to go to someone like you.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's what I think. I could
Yeah.
be totally wrong.
No, I think no. I mean, working with Neom and RCU could prove your point wrong a little bit, because they know that I can. I mean, not for Neom, but for RCU, they okay. She did this video and it's amazing. Let's go ahead and ask her to do something. Not necessarily video. Could be a picture. It could be anything. But we want you as an artist to do something. And that's the full creative freedom that you can kind of
That's
choose
beautiful.
whatever you want. And they didn't come to me for one specific thing. They
So
come to me.
they believed in you. basically.
Exactly.
They believed in
exactly.
in
They
the-
approach me the way I approach my work.
But they are not the market, though.
No, but
See what I mean?
but
Because
what is
look where
the
we are
market?
right now. This would never happen a couple of years ago.
What do you mean?
We would not be sitting in the Ministry of Culture, Biennale, having a podcast,
Yeah, of course. But how does
talking
that-
to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because right now, RCU, Neom, everyone else that's funded
Yeah.
is looking for something that's outside the box. He's
Yeah.
looking for that Hayat Osamah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the market, because keep in mind, most
Yeah,
people
you-
deal
you-
with
you're-
the market.
okay. I agree to an extent with this point, but I think, and then for me, I'm trying to disconnect to my work from the market, and kind of doing what I feel like doing. And I just, for me, I have a kind of a tunnel vision on what I'm doing. So I'm not like, okay, the market wants this, so I'm gonna do this.
You shouldn't. I don't feel like you do
No.
that.
As a
at
creative,
all.
you can't do that.
You can't.
Then that's when you get stuck.
You're always gonna resist. You're always gonna try to change. You're always gonna try, like, whatever project you have. You're always gonna try to change it so you can feel comfortable with doing it, even if it's commercial. By the way,
You're gonna end up following
because I do
trends.
commercial things as well. But I
Did she just say she's selling out? Okay, never mind.
No, she can't.
I heard something else.
Like,
She
I
said
don't
she,
worry
got,
about
she
it,
gets
no.
paid.
Oh, she gets paid. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
get
Okay.
paid, I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay.
Her bank account.
Bank
has
account.
issues
Listen,
there, but
listen.
apparently
But look,
she gets paid.
Look, she gets paid, and she couldn't buy that hat, so that hat is
Listen.
expensive.
One hat, by the way.
I told you this whole episode like finding that hat.
Listen, and I think it's about my skills financially. Maybe I can't manage.
Oh, so you are an artist.
I'm telling you again.
You don't know how to manage shit for me.
Again, I'm good at what I'm doing. But I'm not good at to an extent though. I can save money, but I mean, when I go
what?
online to a website,
Gotta get those
it's
cameras.
or the concept of treating yourself.
Oh, 24/7.
Treat
Yeah,
yourself.
that concept is all day long. I am
It's
sorry.
awful. Listen, that concept is awful because you're gonna
It's
be
even
broke.
better when you're
It's not a
broke.
concept,
Oof.
it's a lifestyle,
I'm
please.
telling
That-
you,
that
it's
Big
a
Mac
lifestyle.
tastes
Look at this guy,
amazing
I'm
when you're
telling
broke.
you. But yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to the area of treating myself. To an
Okay, we treat
extent,
you.
like,
Don't worry about it. We
because
got you.
what- yeah,
Well, what's the hat? We'll buy it for you tonight. From which website can I buy you that hat?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yalla,
I got
it's a vintage Louis Vuitton. Yalla.
You're done.
We caught it, ladies and gentlemen. We caught it. Call the feds. Stay home. We got it. We found it. We found that Louis Vuitton. Oh, this
yeah.
declined by 20,000. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I'm telling you.
but I still got 19 at the bank. Anyway, so
Man.
what's next for you?
I want to do personal projects, more of it, because this is where I find myself even more. My creativity has a safe space, and me and my creativity and myself just like flourish. That's what I want to do. Of course, I'm still gonna do other work, commercial, to make money, but you also have to understand how you can change that, whatever that you receive, into something that you can put in your personal story or whatever you want to say. You have to say something always through your work. So that's always the conversation between me and the clients. Like, okay, but how can we say something? okay, you're trying to sell a product. I get it, and I want to get
Fair,
paid.
you know, it's capitalism.
fair.
That's how it works.
That's
I
how it
understand
works.
it's Kabsa.
And I want to get.
But I
I
want
want to
them-
survive as well. So, but how can we make this authentic?
How can I bring this to life? How can I inject my
Yeah.
spirit or
Exactly.
breath
And-
into this?
This is the key. It doesn't
think-
always work though. Some clients like, what?
How often does that happen?
Well, it happened.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
I'm just with you. in
Yeah,
your situation.
It happens. It happens where my briefs and gets rejected.
At this point in time, you don't
like
feel
that
like
thing.
you're more trusted than you were 2-3 years ago?
No, I'm more trusted for sure. But
A
now I'm
client's a
more
client.
trusted. Now I'm more trusted
Yeah.
than like a couple of years ago. Like, oh, okay, what is she gonna do?
Okay.
We don't know it, you know. But the
think
more
the
you
one-
work, the more you kind of
The one thing I think you understood that a lot of creatives did not understand is that it's not really about making it. It's about staying creative.
exactly
And in
and
order
not
for you
compromise
to-
your creativity.
And in order for you to be creative, it means you need to do that. You need to do personal projects. You need to do things
Exactly.
on your own,
Yeah.
not for a client, not for anybody else.
Because this is what you understand, your personal stories, and this is your area. You have to start with that first, and then so you can understand everything around you and have a sense of understanding to other stories and other people, and be I don't know,
Honest.
more grounded to everything. That I think you have to start there first, and otherwise you're gonna just hear a story and do it, but it doesn't feel as authentic because it's not coming from here. I don't know.
Originality and authenticity.
That's the key words.
Well, Hayat, thank you so much for being here. We
Oh, we're done.
appreciate you.
I wanted like
Yeah.
10 hours more.
Look, honestly, I wanted to go longer, but I got really bored of you. So we had to wrap this up
me
real
too,
quick.
man. I started
and
like
get this
looking
outta
at
here.
Namus and how
Like,
can
listen,
I
we got
kill it?
lives.
Like, I
Hold
mean,
on,
come on. Do you
what
think I
time is
was
that?
interested in
It's
your
like midnight already.
conversation?
Well, anyway,
Man,
listen.
you just wasted my time. I should go and eat.
Listen, to be honest, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you for wasting
you,
our time.
Amin. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so much. I want to thank Biennale. I want to thank everybody here, Dalia, everyone that's involved. Thank you all for coming out, and we
Amen.
appreciate you so much. And we look forward to
Thank
seeing everything that you bring out to us.
Thank you so much. And I
And
think we're
if
gonna
there's
be best
anything
friends.
that you need, never call us, please.
I mean, even that hat.
At all,
Listen,
whatsoever.
Listen, if anything, you three have to pitch in that hat and just.
Look,
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
we're
we
gonna
will.
start a GoFundMe page for Hayat's
Louis
hat.
Vuitton hat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look, we got wealth around here, all right? we can buy the hats.
We see one hat over there.
We got wealth.
Easily.
You know, Shamsa lives in an estate, right? Doesn't live in a house.
I don't have hats though.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Where do you live?
Because rich people don't buy hats. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. We appreciate y'all. To everybody,
Thank you,
y'all.
thank
We out. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you. Honestly.
Good?
Thank
We're
you.
good.
Peace.
Peace.